Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. This time I'm going to do my Monday Night Raw review from last night. So let's get this underway, shall we? This is the Monday Night Raw episode from 12th of September 2022, just to be exact, for date-wise. Let's get this underway, shall we? We kicked off the show with Seth freaking Rollins cutting a promo about how he beat Matt Riddle at Clash of the Castle and how he wants to move on to the championship title picture. But before he can do, out comes Matt Riddle. Speaking of Matt Riddle, bro. He comes out and they get into a big brawl and Seth retreats. But before he retreats up the ramp, they brawl into the crowd and then Seth runs up the ramp, and before Riddle could get to him, out comes the Judgment Day of Damian Priest and Finn Balor, who come out to confront Matt Riddle. This was very nicely done. I liked how it transitioned from the Seth Rollins stuff into the Judgment Day. Then they tried to recruit Matt Riddle, and they failed, of course. Matt Riddle says, "No, bro." He didn't say it like that, but you get the picture. And yeah, and basically Finn Balor took exception to it, and then Matt Riddle kneed him in the face, and then cleared the ring, which led to the first match of the evening. So I liked the Judgment Day stuff. I liked the Seth Rollins stuff. Seth was amazing as always, manipulating the crowd into go whoa, whatever it was. Wait, what am I doing? What freaking theme am I doing? You get the picture. And yeah, as I said, as I was jokingly this morning when I saw the Raw, the Judgment Day trying to recruit Matt Riddle. I get that, but it's like that's a weird combination right there. But also at the same time, what are you thinking, Judgment Day? Like Damian Priest and Finn Balor coming out alone trying to recruit Matt Riddle? Like surely that's Rhea Ripley's job, right? Like if you want someone to join the Judgment Day, you send Rhea Ripley after them, right? I mean, it worked for Dom, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was pretty funny. Anyway, first match of the evening, we had Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. This got given time, 13 minutes to be exact, I think. And I like how I said that. 13 minutes to be exact, I think. Silly brain. Sorry, guys. Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor was going along just fine, and then the ending came with Seth Rollins getting involved. And get that that gave enough time. That was enough of a distraction for Finn Balor to get the win. Hit the 1916, whatever he fucking calls it, the Bloody Sunday. I don't fucking remember what he calls it. And then he hits the coup de grace for the win. So good win for Finn Balor. And then after the match, Seth Rollins curb stomps Riddle, and that feud continues going into Extreme Rules. Then later in the night, Seth Rollins gets a promo backstage, and he's interviewed by Kevin Patrick. And he basically says that he's done with Matt Riddle, and he wants gold, which brings up Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley says, "You want gold? I got gold." But basically, he didn't say it like that, but you get the picture. I've said that a lot in this episode. Basically, he said like, "You want gold? I got some gold," and basically sets up a match for next week. Awesome stuff. I can't wait. Lashley versus Seth Rollins for the United States title. I'm sure Matt Riddle will not get involved in any kind of way. Wink, wink. So that should be fun. We had let's see what we had next. That was all good stuff, the first opening package. We had Dakota Kai and Io Sky taking on the women's tag team champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. I keep getting her fucking name wrong. Sorry, guys. Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Woo! This was a fantastic match for the women's tag team titles. This was a rematch from their finals of the tournament, where Dakota got pinned even though she wasn't a legal woman. So this is the rematch, and lo and behold, they corrected their mistake. They put the women's tag team titles on Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Which begs the question, why couldn't they have just done this in the first place? I was gonna let it, as they always say, I was gonna let it play out when it came to Raquel and Aaliyah winning the tag titles, but if they were just gonna lose them on their first title defense, back to, to Dakota and Io, you should have had them just win the tournament. Yeah, my only criticism about this is I feel like they should have just given them the belts in the first place rather than, done a U-turn and then go back to it. You know what I mean? So anyway, at least the wrong was righted, so to speak. Then we have, that was fine. They won the tag team titles, and then they got pyro and everything. Yay! They won the tag titles. Fun stuff. Then we had an awesome matchup right here. We had the return to the ring of Johnny Gargano. That was the thing that I couldn't remember last week, what the thing was that they were advertising. Like, there was 3 things that had been advertised for this week's Raw, and one of them was Johnny Gargano's return. I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. I didn't write it down, silly me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Johnny Gargano took on Chad Gable, and this got given time, and surprise, surprise, Chad Gable and Johnny Gargano had an amazing match, and Johnny Gargano got the win. And yeah, it was awesome stuff. Nothing bad to say here. A good showcase for Johnny Gargano to the main roster, and yeah. And then afterwards, he was able to get away from Otis, who tried to attack, and then he gets ambushed by Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory. He ambushes him with the briefcase and then takes his selfie, because that's what Austin Theory does. And then afterwards, after the commercial break, we come back and Austin Theory is in the ring, and he cuts a promo on how he ruined Johnny Gargano's night, and how Johnny Gargano's what did he call him? Like an overrated fish out of water, something to do with fishies and sharks and all that stuff. All that bollocks that Austin Theory's been talking about the last couple of weeks. Anyway, he gets interrupted by none other than the same person he got interrupted by last week, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets a massive ovation, as he should, because he's been awesome the past month. The Kevin Owens push continues. He goes back and forth, Austin Theory, and on the promos, and basically trying to motivate him into saying that you're supposed to be the future, but you're not the chosen one anymore. Basically saying, almost without actually saying it, it was like saying like Vince McMahon is gone, you were his chosen one, and now he's gone, and blah 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 and that stuff. They're trying to motivate him into becoming thingy. It doesn't work, and they get into a big pull apart brawl, as you can expect. It's Monday Night Raw, guys, and Kevin Owens and they have a pull apart brawl, and we got a match set for next week. So a rematch next week. I'm fine with that. I'm sure Johnny Gargano won't get involved. That's gonna be fun. Fun stuff right there. Then we have a Bianca Belair Open challenge for the Raw Women's title. Bianca Belair wanted some competition, and she got it right here. She issued an open challenge, and accepting that open challenge was none other than SmackDown Sonya Deville. They have a back and forth match, and Bianca Belair wins. Good showcase match for Bianca Belair. Lets her get some momentum after losing at Clash of the Castle. And speaking of Clash of the Castle, Bayley comes out and basically says that she's going to take the Raw Women's title away from her eventually, and Damage Control triple team her 3-on-1, Bianca Belair that is. And to my surprise, because I wasn't expecting this to be on the show because she had trouble with travel, like airplane travel and all that stuff, Alexa Bliss and Asuka came out to help. I wasn't expecting this because I heard early in the day that Alexa was having trouble with airlines and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, she might not be on the show today. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then they cleared house, and it looks like we're getting Asuka and Alexa versus Io and Dakota, and Bayley versus Bianca, which I thought that was the direction before Clash at the Castle. So I'm all for it. Very positive, as I always am with these reviews. Maybe a bit too positive sometimes, you know what I mean? What happened after that? We had Omos making his return to Monday Night Raw. Hadn't seen him for like, 3 or 4 weeks. Hasn't been. He defeated two jobbers. Two local talents, if you want to call them that. One of them was the AEW Dark's, what's the fucking word? I can't think of the word. A regular, that was it. AEW Dark regular, Invictus Nash. The one with the blonde hair. If you go back and watch it. He basically squashed him. It was the big giant, thingy. I'm surprised. I'm waiting for the day that him and Braun Strowman, Omos and Braun Strowman collide. I know it's going to be rough around the edges, but I'm looking forward to it. And then before the main event, I haven't wrote it down in my notes because for some reason I didn't write it down in my notes, even though I thought it was very funny and awesome. We had The Miz at his home being interviewed about the guy in the background there, not to mention his name, otherwise Miz might get angry and go, "Do not mention his name in my house." They tried to do an interview and then the interviewer keeps mentioning the guy's name, Dexter Lumis, that is. As you can see in the background, when you can see in the background of the interview, because it's in Miz's home, Dexter Lumis is appearing at the window. I had to turn around then, sorry. The window is right behind me, so when I said Dexter Lumis is at the window, I got a bit worried. It worried me. Anyway, yeah, Dexter Lumis appeared at the window of Miz's house, and Miz didn't see him. And then Miz was like, "Okay, I've had enough of this interview. You keep blah blah blah. You keep mentioning his name, blah blah blah." So he goes out for his premiere with Maurice. As they're driving off, and he's like, "Oh, when I get back, you better not be here," to the cameraman. And as he drives off, the cameraman flashes back at the house, and Dexter Lumis is now in the house, and he's got he's drawn a picture of Miz's family. So intriguing stuff. I thought it was very intriguing, especially going into Extreme Rules. I can't wait to see what happens next. On this, that's what's really good about this up-to-date Raw. This new era, if you want to call it that, is things progress nicely week to week. Anyway, that's the Dexter Lumis stuff out of the way for this week. Sorry I didn't write it down. And then we have the main event. We have Edge taking on Dominic Mysterio in the main event. We had promos earlier where Rey Mysterio tried to talk both Dom and Edge out of the match, but Dom didn't listen, and Edge was like, he's got it coming. It is getting to the point now where I'm like, come on, Rey, you're getting enough beatdowns from Judgment Day to just like, you need to let it go. I know he's your son, Rey, but you need to let it go, because you keep getting beat down, and poor Edge on this show gets beaten down by the Judgment Day via disqualification, by the way. So Edge won by disqualification. But then because Edge had Dom tied in the ropes, but then Edge went to do a spear into the ropes, but Rey stopped him, and that allowed Judgment Day to get the advantage because Rey was like, "It's my son. Don't hurt my son." I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, Rey. And that ended up coming back to bite both of them in the arse because then the Judgment Day overpowered them and outnumbered them and beat them up, and then they did a very horrible looking coup de grace where Edge's leg was on the chair, which was in CT position, and they did a coup de grace injuring the leg of Edge, and then Judgment Day stood tall as Raw goes off the air. So pretty fun stuff. Another fun Raw. That's gonna be it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Another fun show, and I'll see you again next week. And I'm out. Well, for the Raw review anyway. I'll see you next week for the Raw review. Possibly.